Hey Trailblazers, Mikoshi here. As the Astral Express gets ready to depart, I'm here to help prepare you for your journey on Honkai Star Rail with character breakdowns and builds for your favorites. All aboard!
March 7th is a 4-star character you receive shortly after you choose your Trailblazer. Her strengths lie in her ability to shield individual team members and counterattack by doing elemental ice damage when those she has shielded are attacked. Let's go over some builds for March 7th. Each of the following builds include actual numbers for her abilities for minimum, medium, and maximum investment, best light cones including damage numbers, and what relic set works best. I don't include crit rate or crit damage numbers or substats for relics, as those aren't consistent numbers, and allow you to fine-tune her after you've made your choices for her kit. This guide includes changed stats from version 1.0, which is the current launch version. No one has a level 80 March 7th yet, so for those numbers I use stats I gathered from the final closed beta. For the sake of consistency, we're going to break down the numbers into 3 categories. These categories are no investment, which is a level 1 March 7th with no light cone, a medium investment, which is a level 40 character with all EL1 traces obtained, and max investment, which is the character at level 80 with all of their traces. March 7th's main ability scales off her attack and defense stats. I've divided her abilities into 6 categories. Her basic attack, Frigid Cold Arrow, does elemental ice damage to a single target. It is worth noting that her counterattack, Girl Power, does the same amount of damage early on, basically giving her a free turn after your shielded teammates are attacked. The counterattack triggers 100% of the time, and at Eidolon 4, you do even more damage based on your defense stats. This extra counter damage is called Never Forfeit Again. March 7th is a shield unit, using her protection of her teammates as her best offense. Her skill, the Power of Cuteness, shields a single selected teammate based on her defense stats. If you want a great shielder, you will want to invest in her Reinforce and Purify traces, which remove a debuff from your ally and extend her shield for 1 turn. At Eidolon 2, she gives a shield to your lowest HP party member when entering battle, which lasts for 3 turns and is based on 24% of her defense and an extra 320. March 7th's ultimate ability, Glacial Cascade, deals elemental damage to all opponents and has a 50% chance to freeze them for 1 turn at E0. On top of the damage of the ultimate, if the enemy is frozen, she does damage over time to them. All ultimate damage is based on her attack. Here are the damage numbers for March 7th with my recommended relic set bonus and no light cone as a base for our builds. I'm going to cover relics before light cones to give more accurate damage numbers with the set bonus. For March 7th, your best bet is to run a 2-piece Knight of Purity Palace and a 2-piece Hunter of Glacial Freeze. This will increase elemental ice damage by 10% and defense by 12%. For your special 2-piece, I recommend Belobog of the Architects, which increases defense by 15% and adds an extra 15% defense if your effect hit rate is 50% or higher. For the stats, I didn't add the effect hit rate bonus. I know what you may be thinking. Echo, why not do a 4-piece set or an attack-based relic set? The reason for this is because elemental ice damage is calculated into damage numbers after your attack is, leading to slightly more overall damage for her. Having a mix of the damage boost with the defense boost creates a March 7th that is both an efficient damage dealer as well as shielder. A perfectly balanced picture. March is a preservation character, and looking at the light cones available, there are 2 that really stand out. The best 4-star option is called This Is Me, which creates stronger shields than Day 1 in My New Life and does bonus ultimate damage 1 time per enemy. On top of being an adorable March 7th light cone, this light cone increases the wearer's defense by 12% at rank 1, and has a higher base defense stat than Day 1 does, which makes up for the 6% less defense boost for higher numbers. Here are the numbers with the previously recommended relic set. I call this build, This is Glacial Knight March. The second light cone I recommend is a 5-star light cone and banner base. This is her best light cone. You can also buy it in the shop occasionally. Moment of Victory increases the wearer's defense by a crazy 24%. But this isn't what makes the light cone the best match. The light cone also increases the chance for the wearer to be attacked. If the wearer is attacked, their defense will increase by an additional 24% until the end of their turn. If you keep shields on March, she will be incredibly strong and allow you to use your other characters to take down the opponent. Well, March basically acts as a tank for your team, throwing out free basic attack damage with every hit on her. Also worth noting, if you have her at Eidolon 4, her bonus counterattack damage is based on your defense, which has shot up a whopping 48%. I call this build Pure Victory Glacial March. As a comparison, here are all the actual numbers for all the currently available light cones for the preservation on March 7th, with a level 80 March and my recommended relic sets. March 7th is not only an adorable amnesia patient, but also a fantastic cutie with a camera who lives to protect those closest to her and harm those who pose as a threat. Get it? Pose? When prioritizing substats, here's what I recommend. First priority is defense for your shields, which is free attack turns for you the longer your allies are shielded. Second priority should be both attack and ice damage. If you want to have a stronger counter than shield, switch your defense and attack priorities. I can't wait to see how strong you all build your March 7ths, and as always, can't wait to see your RNG wins and losses. I'll be holding a best crit hit and biggest heal shoutout at the end of each version update on here, so be sure to get your videos in by tweeting at Ikoshi. If you want to hang out with me while I play the game, I would love for you to check me out on Twitch at Ikoshi and drop me a follow. Want more character guides, damage numbers, and all things Honkai Star Rail? Follow me here on YouTube, and make sure you have that notification bell on so you don't miss a video. Can't wait to show you some of the other things I've been working on. I will see you Starside. May this journey lead us starward.